Hello team, and welcome to the nervous system. My name's Ben, and let's see what we've got in store for us. So our nervous system, its role is to monitor our internal and external environments. It integrates sensory information and coordinates voluntary and involuntary responses of our organ systems. Fast-acting sensory and motor responses. How do we break it down? So our nervous system, when we divide it into two, the first division is the central nervous system, which is our brain and our spinal cord, and our peripheral nervous system. So this is all the nerves coming out of our spinal cord and out of our brain. So our central nervous system, the brain receives and processes our sensory information. It initiates our responses, stores memories, it generates our thoughts and emotions. And our spinal cord, it conducts signals to and from the brain and controls reflex actions. So that's our central nervous system. If you heard the word peripheral vision, so peripheral means to the side, so our peripheral nervous system is coming out the side of our central nervous system. Our peripheral nervous system is comprised of two parts, our sensory or afferent and our motor or efferent. So the way to remember which way round it goes is we sense something first, so we feel it, before we then have a motor response or a muscle response to it. So we see something coming towards us before we have a motor response to knock it out of the way. So A comes before E, so afferent is sensory, efferent is motor. So our motor division goes from the central nervous system to our muscles or our glands and organs, and our sensory division goes from our sense organs, sight, touch, taste, smell, towards our central nervous system. We can break our motor division up again. So our motor neurons are broken into our somatic and our autonomic nervous system. So if you look at the somatic first, somatic nervous system, that is voluntary. So this is our motor part that we can control. So the things in our body we can control are our skeletal muscles. So when I wiggle my hand, when my jaw comes up and down, these are my skeletal muscles moving. And that's the somatic nervous system, part of the motor division of our peripheral nervous system. The other part of our motor nervous system is the autonomic. So autonomic means automatic, so we can't control this. So this is all our involuntary responses. So smooth muscles, glands, cardiac muscles, they're the obvious ones, the things that we don't think about. Our heart beats without us having to think about it. The smooth muscles around our organs contract and dilate without us thinking about it. Our glands will secrete hormones without us thinking about it. The other thing the autonomic nervous system controls is skeletal muscle too though, because if you're cold, you shiver. So that's not a conscious response, it's also involuntary. So our autonomic nervous system controls skeletal muscle too. Okay, then our autonomic nervous system can be broken into two again, and this is our sympathetic and parasympathetic. So these are involuntary. Sympathetic is our fight, flight, or fright response. So this is all about increasing heart rate, increasing blood flow to our muscle, increasing blood pressure so that we can fight a tiger, run away from problems, and survive in the short term. Then the opposite side, the parasympathetic, is the rest and digest. So this is, if we're not fighting a tiger and we're falling asleep listening to an anatomy lecture, then we want to decrease our blood pressure, decrease our heart rate, relax, sleep, digest our food. So take the blood from the muscle and redirect it towards our digestive system. So that is the breakdown of our nervous system. So from the top one more time. So the first way we break it up is our central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, and our peripheral nervous system. Then our peripheral nervous system can be broken down into motor and sensory. So motor is efferent, to cause an effect, to go to the muscles and glands. And sensory is afferent, so bringing sensation towards the central nervous system. Our motor division, that can get broken down into somatic, voluntary, and autonomic. Automatic. Somatic goes to skeletal muscle. Autonomic goes to skeletal muscle, but glands, cardiac muscle, and smooth muscle as well. And our autonomic nervous system has two parts. Either we're getting chased by a tiger, sympathetic division, or we're falling asleep and digesting our food in the middle of an anatomy lecture, parasympathetic, rest and digest. All right, there's our nervous system in a nutshell.